The house my shadow chose. It began on a perfectly normal evening. The streetlights flickered to life, casting long amber glows across the pavement. I was walking home when I noticed something wrong. My shadow silo was stretching too far ahead, too long, too sharp, and moving much faster than my own feet. I stopped dead in my tracks, my breath hitching in my throat, but my shadow didn't stop. It took one more heavy step, then another, moving independently of my body. It looked like it had weight now. It looked like it had a destination. I tried to laugh it off. Nerves, surely, or just a trick of the shifting light. But then my shadow turned, its head tilted at an impossible, sickening angle, looking back toward me without any eyes. It just stood there in the dark, waiting for me to catch up. When I finally forced myself to walk again, the shadow pulled ahead with a terrifying hunger. It didn't just stay on the ground. It dragged itself across brick walls, over garden fences, and across closed doors. It was guiding me down narrow streets I no longer recognized. We eventually stopped in front of a house that felt like a bruise on the neighborhood. It was an empty, rotting structure with boarded-up windows and peeling gray paint. It was the kind of place people instinctively look away from, a void in the middle of the street. My shadow didn't wait for me to find a key. It flattened itself against the wood, stretching thin and needle-like, before slipping through the narrow crack under the front door. It was inviting me inside, moving with a familiarity that suggested it had been here many times before. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of wet dust and ancient rot. I clicked on my flashlight, the beam cutting through the gloom. As the light hit the floor, my shadow didn't lay flat. It began to peel itself off the floorboards, rising up into a vertical shape. It moved with a sickening, wet sound. Its joints bent much further than a human's ever could, and its limbs seemed to pull apart like taffy before snapping back into place. It was a dark, ink-like body, learning how to occupy three-dimensional space. The creature raised a long, shivering finger and pointed at the floorboards. There, beneath a layer of grime, was another outline. It was a dark, human-shaped stain, perfectly still and forever etched into the wood. A cold realization washed over me as I looked at the shape. "That's where you stopped," the shadow whispered, though it had no mouth to speak with. "Now it's my turn." The overhead lights flickered once, twice, and then died. When they flashed back on, I was the one lying flat on the floor, and the shadow was the one walking away.